welcome back to this ATR exclusive. Now, guys, you know one of the companies that we love working with is Brii Combination Wrestling. And on June 9th, from the Mecca, we get Anniversary 7. And the man who is basically behind it all, who has basically pushed this company through ups and downs, leaps and bounds, and has made it one of the more prominent companies in New Jersey, the best dressed man when it comes to independent wrestling, the one, the only Anthony Cole returns to the show. How you doing tonight?
John, I am doing fantastic. I love that intro. Thank you so much, and thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Oh,
How are you?
I'm doing great, especially the fact that I get to talk some Brii Combination. And actually, I want to start off with this, being that we're at the anniversary show. My first introduction, I was telling you this before we started.
Mm-hmm.
My first introduction was Anniversary 5, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest thing I remember with that, and I remember I brought it up to you at several shows afterwards, was the no bottom rope.
That bottom rope, yeah. It had went on, and then as we were testing it, it popped. So we couldn't even get it fixed. So we had to take it out. Oh man.
But
what a day. What a day that was.
You can see that again after, everybody knows what happens afterwards at the watch party.
Right.
We won't.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You can go watch that video on YouTube. It does exist.
It does exist. Yes, it does.
But before we dive into what's happening at the anniversary, I want to dive back into Queen of the North. Obviously, Queen of the North kind of was a little bit later this year than usual, because normally Queen of the North is usually in January. Yes. However, because of scheduling purposes, kind of got pushed back to April.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, what did you think of the show?
I love that show. I loved it, man. We had to pivot, make some changes, some unexpected things happened, but I thought the matches came off great, and I thought, everybody did a very good job. It was unfortunate that towards the end, we had those two mishaps, but, in this business, that's to be expected. But overall, I think everybody did a good job. Yeah.
No, they definitely did, and I kind of liked how in the main event, obviously we know Emily J could not make it, so instead we ended up getting the one and only Notorious Mimi.
Right.
And I thought that really helped elevate. And I kind of want to dive into that a little bit, because in an interview that hasn't dropped yet, it'll be dropping soon. I actually interviewed the current BCW Women's Champion, Vicious Vicky.
Oof. Okay.
And one of the things I brought up to her was the fact that you look at the landscape right now of the women's division when it comes to BCW, and you have literally 3 formidable opponents chopping at her ankles in Faye Jackson, Christina Marie, and Notorious Mimi.
Correct.
Yes. Looking at it from your perspective, how do you see that whole thing playing out with her? And basically, do you think if she's able to get past all 3 of them, that pretty much that will solidify her as one of the top women's champions in BCW history?
Oh, definitely, without a doubt. I mean, look at those names you said. Faye Jackson, who was the original Queen of the North, the very first BCW Women's Champion. Then you have Notorious Mimi, and her record speaks for itself. You know what I mean? And then, of course, Christina Marie, the powerhouse, the Queen of the North 2023. And she still hasn't gotten her shot at Vicious Vicky yet. But, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And I think if Vicky can get past all of them, there's no choice. We have to recognize her as one of the best. Yeah.
I mean, is it fair to say you can almost put her on the Mount Rushmore at this point?
Most definitely.
BCW?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, because the funny thing is, I think looking at it now, the 2 names to me that would go on there without hesitation, no questions asked, Vicious Vicky and Darius Carter.
Oh, definitely. Hands down. Yeah.
I mean, the fact that Darius Carter has pretty much, I think this is now his 2nd run with that belt.
And this is his second run. Yep.
And I mean, the first run I remember he had was over 1,000 days.
Yes, it was. I don't want to misquote the number, but it was definitely over 1,000 days. Yes.
And the funny thing I remember, he came on this show the Thursday before Queen of the North, and then he lost it.
And then he lost it. Marina Shafir made him submit. Yes, she did.
But we did see, like I said, there was a lot of stuff that happened to Queen of the North, but we did see two freak accents. Let me put it that way, with Tiffany Avatar and Kenzie. Oh, I don't remember her last name now.
No, it was Kylie. Kylie Alexis. Oh, I forgot the name right quick, but it was Kylie Alexis that took on Darius Carter.
Obviously, a lot of people, who do you have like an update on how both of them are? Or
Oh yeah, the day that the mishap happened, I was in communication with them. The next day, I was in communication with them, and then I've been talking to them on a weekly basis just to make sure that everybody's feeling good. I recently spoke to Tiffany probably about 2 weeks ago, and she said, she's feeling great. She has no, residual pain or anything like that. And I also spoke to Kylie. Kylie, she had like a slight concussion, but she said everything is good now. So I'm very happy to hear that. And congratulations to those ladies on a full recovery. Yes.
And honestly, I hope they finally get a chance to come back and actually
Definitely. Yes.
have an actual match.
Mhm.
But obviously, you're the man behind it, so you've been there through all the ups and downs, leaps and bounds, like I was saying in the intro. What are some moments to you that stand out as BCW approaches the 7-year anniversary?
Oh man, we have had so many amazing moments, but the one moment that there's always two moments that come to my mind when I'm asked this question. First, the wedding of Sean and Jen. It was actually on a show called A Cold Day in Hell, and it was the only time we did this show. They actually met online. Their first date was at BCW, and then they ended up getting married at BCW, and they're still together to this day. Congrats, Sean and Jen. You guys are awesome. That's one of the biggest moments that I remember at BCW. And then another crowning achievement for me was actually anniversary one. Anniversary one it means so much to me because everybody said, Anthony Cole doesn't have any wrestling connections. Anthony Cole doesn't know anybody. He doesn't know anything about this wrestling business. I remember one guy went as far as to say, you might know business, but you don't know wrestling business. You'll never succeed. You won't make it past 1 year. So when we hit that 1 year mark, that was like boom. That was like a big moment for me. And then we've been here ever since. Anniversary one was great. Then anniversary two, and then people were like, "Oh, you'll never have championships. You'll never have title matches." And now look at me. I have a world heavyweight championship, women's championship, tag team championship, Grand Dragon championship. So, these are like little milestones as we went through the years, just staying focused on BCW and not worried about what everybody else has to say. Are we still
No,
here?
believe me, Anthony, I can attest to that as well when it comes, and in a different perspective, but I can attest to what you dealt with BCW, similar to me with the Around the Rose podcast.
Mm-hmm.
That I had people when I started this who were like, "Oh, you're not going to last. You're not going to make it." Yeah, this November is going to be 3 years.
Boom! Congratulations, John. Congratulations, man. And I know, we talked about some stuff too, right? I know what you had to go through, but perseverance, man. And don't let the naysayers get to you.
I mean, you said it to me in one of our conversations, and it stuck with me that I have the battle scars
Yeah.
to show. I mean,
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
like I said, I had so many people who thought that everything was going to come to an end very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, and I got to give actually credit here to Ryan Peterson. who actually gave the idea to me about taking some time off, letting the dust settle.
There you go. Right.
And what actually ended up me coming back to doing the show, you're going to laugh because it involves BCW. There was a show you guys did March was last year.
Okay.
May have been anniversary. No.
Anniversary, yes.
Yes, because that was the one Caprice Coleman was at.
That is correct, yes.
And I had gone with I've gone with a good friend of mine, and I looked at her and I'm like, you know what? I want to bring the show back. The show had been off the air for a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And being at the show, I was like, you know what? I want to come back. I want to put the show back into where I know it can go and push the show to levels. And honestly, it was the best decision ever.
Yes.
Was to take that couple of weeks off.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you got to do that, John. Sometimes you just got to fall back, regroup, a minor setback for a major comeback,
And look at the comeback we're on.
Yes.
And I wouldn't even call it a comeback anymore.
You back now. You back. And you better than ever.
Well, I was going to have a reference to an old song that from 20 years ago. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
I've been here for years. That's right. Let's go. Exactly.
The one time I can actually use that, and it actually fits perfectly.
It fits perfectly. Yes.
But I want to look ahead towards Anniversary 7 because I did see there are going to be some debuts.
Oh yeah.
I know we're going to see Harlan Lopez take on the debut in Leo Sparrow.
Yes.
Hopefully, there's enough spinach in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, because that's his shtick.
Uh-huh. He eats his spinach. Yes, indeed.
Of the matches announced, what are some of the other matches that fans can expect to see?
Oh man, we have one match that I'm really, really looking forward to is Anthony Gangone taking on Jay Bougie. And this feud has been brewing since the Grand Dragon tournament. So I think Gangone has probably been the champ now for about almost a year, if not a little bit more, right? And he's proven himself. Gangone is a fighting champion, and I love it. But Jay Bougie, he's had his eyes on the Grand Dragon championship ever since that tournament, and he might have probably advanced, but then Lala came out and put an end to that. So he wants his fair shake, and this time, hey, he gets it. So we're gonna see what happens there. I'm looking forward to that one, man.
No, it's gonna be so. Especially with Gangone, I said this to Gangone. It seems like no matter who you put him in the ring with, because we saw it with him and Vicky, we've seen it with at the last show when it was him and Kelsey Reagan.
Right.
The matches he puts on
exactly.
Remember you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, Anthony Gangone when it comes to BCW, oh, Vicious Vicky, Kelsey Reagan, and that took not even a minute for me to think of.
Right. He's put on some good matches, man.
Yeah. I mean, I remember the match he had with Vinny Pacifico.
Oh yeah, yeah. Don't count Vinny out. Oh, he took Vinny's drink. Oh, that was so funny.
But I mean, so let me ask you this now: is there any matches that you can mention here that may have not been announced yet? Just
you know what? I can't tell you the match, but I can tell you who we just signed today. You ready?
Yeah.
Lena Cross. She's actually going to be in New Jersey the night of our show, and she will be making her debut at BCW as well. So,
nice.
There you go. You got the exclusive. You actually know that before my team knows it because I literally just signed her right before I came on here. So you got the exclusive.
Oh, nice. Nice. And
there you go.
Like I said, I'm looking forward to that show because also I think there might be something happening before the show.
What could that be?
I don't know. Maybe I think the kickoff show or
the
show.
Listen, we can't have an anniversary show without a kickoff show. Huh. You know anybody interested in doing a kickoff show?
I don't know. I have to go check around the ropes and see if I can go find somebody.
You do that. You let me know.
Guys, that was a pretty good joke there. But guys, in all seriousness though, Around the Ropes podcast, we'll be doing the kickoff show, pre-show, before the anniversary show. Now, logistically, if it can work out, obviously we'll talk more about this off air.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to do it on the stage just to kind of give it that anniversary feel,
Yeah, that je ne sais quoi.
And I'll even dress up, even though it might be 90 degrees outside. As long as that fan is working in that building or the AC is on,
then we'll be okay.
I will get dressed up for that show.
Awesome. Yes, let's do it.
I may not be the best dressed, like yourself, but I'll be the second best dressed. How about that?
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yes.
But Anthony, in all seriousness, though, I very appreciative that you're giving Around the Ropes the opportunity to do the kickoff show.
Oh man, John, you earned it, man. I'm not giving you anything. You earned it. Like as we talked, with us being entrepreneurs, we go through ups and downs, but it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up. And I remember talking to you, like, and you did take that break. And like you said, it was the best thing. So now that you're back, you had to, cut some of the branches off, trim some of the fat. But you back, you better than ever, and congratulations for withstanding that storm. And now you're back on the other side, so you earned it. And I'm looking forward to that kickoff show. But believe me, I'm going to be a part of that kickoff show too. So I'm looking forward to that. Yes.
And believe me, we'll talk about it offline because, like I said, I want to try to have at least one or two of the stars of BCW on as well. And like I said, we'll talk more about that offline. But Anthony, in all seriousness, though, I'm very glad to be a part of the BCW family.
Yes.
I mean, I can't even sit there and say that I'm a fan because I'm far from being. I mean, yes, I'm a fan of BCW, but let's call it what it is. I'm part of the BCW dysfunctional family.
You are part of the BCW faithful. You are BCW family. Yes, you are.
And I think that's the biggest thing that is similar between BCW and Around the Ropes is that we both have had to go through our ups and downs, ebbs and flows, and look at it now. I mean, you're bringing in big names, and I'm getting opportunities that I still hit myself. Like I still scratch myself over the head. Like, how did I pull that one off?
Right. Yeah. Dude, how did that happen? Right. And sometimes you got to sit back and just think like, oh wow, I didn't think that would happen, but it did.
But that's my whole thing. Is I told this to a few people. Any of the opportunities that I'm getting now, like doing the kickoff show for BCW, doing the stuff for Battleground, lead commentary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
None of that was handed to me.
Right.
None of that. And I tell this to people, and this is the biggest thing I can tell people who are in the position I'm in. If you want something in life, doesn't matter if it's something in pro wrestling or in your personal life, you have to fight for it.
You have to.
It may kill you on the inside. You may have to go through a lot of ups and downs, be rejected.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually you're going to get that yes. You're going to get that person who's going to sit there and go, you know what? I'm going to give you a shot.
Right.
And one thing I've learned with being in this, and I can say being in this pro wrestling game now because let's call it what it is. I'm not a fan of. Let me backtrack. Yes, I'm a fan at heart, but I'm part of this freaking industry. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah, definitely. You all in, Carl. You all in.
And
I'm so sorry, John. That was a slip because I was thinking about that dude for a second.
It's all good. It's all good. But in all seriousness, though, none of this was handed to me. It's because of, and this is sort of, me saying thank you to you, but also saying thank you to the BCW faithful and BCW family as well. because I know you guys have known of the issues that have come
Mm-hmm.
from the show,
Yep.
and the fact that you guys, I know there was that whole thing of that I took some time away from BCW, which I understand completely,
Mm-hmm.
and I know a lot of it was because of guilt by association, and I get it. Trust me, I'm not gonna sit here and
Right.
be like, yes, I did get some heat from all that crap that happened. I'll be the first one to say it.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that the BCW, the roster, the fans stood by the side of the Round the Ropes podcast through all of that, and I'll be straightforward, I did not think that this show was going to get past that.
Mm.
I thought when all that stuff went down, that
Mm-hmm.
the show would have been done and that would have been it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I want to thank you guys, yourself, AJ, Shane, for realizing that no, John was just just caught in the crossfire. In
Yeah.
essence.
Guilty by association. Yep.
Yeah. And I think at this point, now I think I'm kind of past that at this point.
Yeah. Definitely. And
And
that's the toughest one to get over, right? Because I went through a similar situation where a situation happened, and then one company was mentioned, and they said that company and BCW, and it was like, oh man, this didn't even happen at my company, but because of the association, I have to handle it, and I did, but it was it was tough, you know. But
like I said, I'm very appreciative of it. I cannot wait for this anniversary show.
yes,
And it will be streamed live, I think.
it will be streamed live. Yes.
IWTV or Brii.tv.
Brii TV, BriiCW.tv, BriiCW.tv.
And guys, definitely go to their website, go watch the show. It's going to be a phenomenal show. And like I said, we kick off the festivities that day with the On the Ropes podcast, doing the kickoff show. So I call it the pre-show at this one. Let's call it what it is. It's not the kickoff show, it's the pre-show.
It's the pre-show. Let's do it.
But again, Anthony, before I let you go though, tickets are still available.
Tickets available on Eventbrite. You can go to Annie7, ANNI, the number 7, .eventbrite.com. Boom.
And the link for that will be in the description below. So guys, definitely get your tickets if you're in the New Jersey area. Come out. You're going to see great action from from people that you know of from BCW, like your Darius Carters, Vicious Vickies, Anthony Gangones, Jay Bougie will be there. So damn well you're going to get top level stuff.
Oh yeah, and don't forget the debuting people either, like Leo Sparrow and top tier Tierra James. Lena Cross. All of these ladies and gentlemen will be in action at anniversary. Oh yeah.
And I've seen the first two people that you mentioned, Tiara James and Leo Sparrow. I've seen them wrestle in other companies.
Okay.
And those two are phenomenal
Yes,
wrestlers.
sir.
So having them be a part of the show, I think, is going to just add to the excitement level.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it too.
And you also get to see you get to see everybody's favorite ring announcer, Shane Fair.
Shane Fair, white glove treatment, baby. Oh yeah.
At some point, I want to ask him how many pairs of white gloves does he own? Because it has to be a lot.
It's got to be a lot, right? Yeah, because it looks like he pulls a new pair out every time.
I mean, unless for this show he pulls out something different, where also it's the limited edition ones. Who knows?
Ooh, who knows, right?
Who knows? But guys, definitely come out to BCW. They put on fantastic matches. The show will be on June 9th. Yeah, I'm trying to remember my dates. Yeah, June 9th.
Yes, sir.
Bell time is 5 p.m.
Bell time is 5. Doors at 4.
Doors at 4. Bell time's at 5. Guys, it's going to be a great night of action. If you do not know where BCW runs shows and you're in the New Jersey area and you are a wrestling fan, go to the Mecca, 106 Bergen Avenue,
Ridgefield Park, New Jersey.
Ridgefield Park. It's basically a lot of independent wrestling fans call it their second home.
Yes.
Just the only thing I will say, though, when you go there, make sure you get yourself tested for any possible diseases, because in that building, who the hell knows? I'm just going to say it. I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm just saying it because with all the stuff.
John, all the things I thought you were going to say, I would have never expected that. I'm so sorry.
Anthony, you got to have some fun.
You got to have some fun, right? You know, if we didn't have fun doing this, why do it? Oh, that was funny, though. Like, in that building, you get yourself tested.
Because you've seen, I mean, that building has seen so much. You never know.
You're right. You know, I can't disagree with you.
But guys, for Anthony Cole, I'm John. Again, guys, catch Brii Combination as they present Anniversary 7 on June 9th, live from Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, 106 Bergen Avenue. Or if you cannot make it to the show, definitely go to BriiCW.tv.
Boom, perfect. That is correct.
And guys, also tune into the kickoff show. All that, the time and all that stuff will be posted on our social medias, and I think BCW as well.
Yes, sir. And you can look at BCW on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Brii _combination wrestling.
Absolutely. But guys, for the best dressed man in independent wrestling, Anthony Cole, I'm John. This has been an ATR exclusive right here on the Round Ropes Podcast, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Boom.